All right, what's going on, guys? Today is Monday, February 7th, and let's just jump right in. First of all, thank you guys so much. 600 subs, huge. We're growing at a pretty rapid rate here, so super appreciative of you all. So thank you guys so much. Um, yep. So this was the morning. This is what I said. I'm like, guys, this kind of looks like a buy model to me. I don't know about you. We swept some serious, significant liquidity down here. We had this stellar reaction. So what I'm thinking is maybe potentially a pullback in to fill some gap. You can see we're right at a weekly order block right now, and then another weekly order block. So there's on the weekly, it's two down candles, and right here was the top of the first one. Here's the top of the bottom one. So potential to go down there, but you can see it's stalling right here. We have these, it just pinched above that monthly high. So we got some liquidity out of it, but I would not be surprised if the next move is starting to come up and target at least this imbalance up here, and then potentially this high and then this high. So completing this buy model. It sure shit looks like it, to be honest, right now. Until we get some more updates, that's what I'm looking at. So that's what I said this morning. I said for intraday though, we're at that OB, and then what else? Yeah, so these were the options. I said this high, watch out. I want to see this high get swept first. Then we can potentially look for something to come take out these lows, and then get down to maybe fill some of that imbalance, maybe get down to that last weekly order block there, or come back up, take out this high. That was my original plan. I wanted to see this high get taken out because, again, we have a nice sweep here, break a structure, strong low, weak high. We come back down, we build some liquidity right in front of it, inefficient move into that POI. Then we get a fractal of this right there, and you can see it just started launching up. So this was a really good trade. Again, this happened in London, so I'm not catching that, but it was beautiful. And I honestly wish I was up today in London, because it was just a gorgeous setup. Again, yeah, if I were in a trade, that's where I would be. I said that's where I would be looking to target. But I also said taking out this high, this is going to be the main one that I'm going to be looking at, number one. So you can see we get back up there. You can see the fractal there I was talking about. So so we're getting some divergence in dollar index right now with the London high. So on dollar index, it broke. Euro, it hasn't. This is an area where I'm going to be cautious. However, I still believe euro is more inclined to go up to the target. And this is where the SMC gurus would be shorting, which is right here. I said there was a POI up here. I said this is where the SMC gurus are going to be shorting. I said be careful here. I would not be shorting. I was actually looking for longs on the 1 minute, which I took on my personal account. And then I was like, yeah, I'm a scam. But ultimately, what ended up happening was it ended up blowing through that, right? Ended up blowing through that just like that. And that was the long I took there. And then what else? Yeah, I was anticipating that we were going to potentially bounce off this level, get some upside pushing. We have really a lot of room to go up on the dollar index there. But as soon as it started, and as soon as we swept that high there, you can see I was like, yeah, this honestly is looking like a market maker sell model as well, the ICT market maker sell model. I'm really liking how this looked. I missed this entry up here. It's actually a really, really nice one. But I missed that entry. And then I was waiting for something around here, which I took this on my personal. We broke back down. This got mitigated. Boom. Come back down to mitigate this right at that order block high right there. This is all one big order block right here. We break through it, test it, get that retracement up. And I took this on personal. Again, I didn't take screenshots before, so you can hold me to my word on that, or don't believe me. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just saying I did take that on my personal. Not that it matters, but what was I going to say? Yeah, and I just said that there's also this as an option. I was kind of getting confused at this point. I was like, I'm seeing that this has a potential option. If this sell model fails, could be going to target the original level that we were just looking at. And then I was like, yeah, if I had to bet, I'd probably look at those shorts down to the 14,100s. And then I finally got a decent sell set up here, a bigger stop loss than usual. I think it was like 8 pips, but I was like, I just want to trade. Honestly, like it was a relatively nice setup to me. And so, yeah, it started going down there. I just took partials literally right at that break of that low. And then I closed the rest of the position out down here. It was just it was a small trade. I think it was this one right here, 3,600. It was a pretty small trade in regards to risk to reward, but it was still good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go into the analysis. Again, this is the setup here, right? The market maker buy model that I'm seeing. We have this level, and then this whole thing right here looks to be like the smart money reversal. Again, this is ICT's concepts. I'm just regurgitating it. I say this every time, but I just want to bring your attention to that, because again, if you want to go learn more from him about it, right, on his YouTube channel. So yeah, you can see what I was marking out though on the weekly, right? 1 and 2, and then we have all this up here. If I go down to the 4-hour, you can see if this were to be a model right here, right? We're doing that kind of similar thing right here. And so we should be stalling, or we should be getting some sort of bounce and some run on this high up here, which we did wick through a little bit, right? But that's really, really small, especially for like a monthly high. I still think we're going to come up again. I think we're going to come back up at least up to this level up in here. And then ultimately I want to see this level targeted up there. So again, I think EU has really a lot of room to run. But the one thing that I just don't like as of right now is this huge gap. I think is going to get at least some fill going either down to this price pause right here, or it's going to come back down in here, and then we're going to start to get some more of a run. So we'll see. You just kind of got to update it. But on an intraday perspective, again, this was actually really, really nice. Let me go to the 5-minute. Okay, so morning starts off. I can just put on these, and these are guy in my group is making this indicator. I'm just testing it out. We're going to do some updates on it, and we're going to leave it or get it to the members and in the mentorship and everything. And we're going to get everyone going with that. And you guys can help support them. I'll post all their links and stuff for the guys that made this. And then if you guys want it, you guys can purchase it directly from them. So yeah, I'll leave that to you guys. But right now you can see we have Asian session right here. And let me go down to the 5-minute. You can see sweep right into that weekly order block, break of structure. You can see consolidation here. We have our inducement. Where to? Look at this last down candle right here. Okay, last down candle right there. We have, again, I don't trade Asian session on Mondays. Like I don't use it. And so basically what we had here was you have this consolidation, this sweep up, this run, inefficient run up, grab some liquidity. Okay, no problem. Immediately dip down. We have some equal lows right in front of that level. Now you can see that this was in London. And you can see the sweep was at 330. Beautiful. And then if you go down to the 1-minute, so you could have just entered directly off of that. But then what do you see on the 1-minute? You see this sweep here, this break of structure like that. You see all of this, really all of this. I'm just going to use this one here or these two here as your inducement, right? And then it induces right here. You get a reaction, but again, look, you can still see some nice imbalance down here. If I mark that off. And so this was just ultimately just one last inducement right here. And sometimes that happens. You induce the inducement. That's the that's what happens sometimes. You just get inducing of the inducement. So basically this level looked really, really nice. If you pull a fib from here to the swing high, you can see it's all below. The major levels are all below, and you can see that 79 lines up, not directly where the 1-minute is, but if you look on the, where is it? Let's just cycle through timeframes here. You can see that this order block really just lines up perfectly with that. There's a nice little imbalance right there. And so realistically, if I were to be entering on this, I probably wouldn't have over refined all the way into there. I probably just would have put my entry either at the top of that there, or just within this fair value gap there. And you could have just took it like that. Strong low is down here though, so I would have personally put my stop there. Again, 2.5 pips, that's nothing. Where's your target going to be? Well, after we sweep this into that major level, well, I would like to see this weak high get taken out, but at minimum, we're looking at something along these lines right here, right? This weak high, or this high, interim high, internal liquidity high, right? And there, that's 14R, right? That's 14R. Now, this is what I was talking about, and I'll show you the setup I took on the 1 minute. I knew that price was going to rip up, especially how it was developing right here. And I'll show you if I just use the fib from here to here. Was it there? Or was it here? Yeah, it was right here. So I was using this swing low here. And you can see here that one of the targets, and like I said, when you guys pull the targets properly, they're going to be used as algorithmic targets for that day, for that session. And you can see, boom, we bounce off it, use it as support, bounce through it, support, bounce up, support, 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 breaks through a little bit, comes back up. So as soon as I got another buy model, again, I don't just buy off of them randomly, right? You can't be, you have to use a little bit more brain power than that. But you can see these last two down candles, we swept liquidity into this order block here. Then we break above it, we leave these equal highs. Again, this is the high here, the significant high right there. So as soon as we break above, we have this fair value gap right there, order block right there. And so I just entered like this, like that. And then what I did was I just looked to see if there was any confluence with this fib pull here, right? If I think I just used the bodies, actually. I always use the bodies there. You can see that lines up perfectly with that order block. And I was actually looking at, again, I don't use it on Mondays. However, I use it as, if there's a target, then I use it just in case. And because this one was really, really high into the premium of this price leg, I knew that this was just going to be a quick run on liquidity at least. And then from there, and so you can see here, we have our 1.5 right there. We also have our Asian high right there. And so I just took off a majority here. I honestly thought it was going to come run up to there. And you can see we were getting a good cluster of things there. And so I thought it was going to get there. It didn't. So I took off a majority of my profit here at 3.83, and I was holding the rest just to get a good 6.5 R trade. And it just didn't go. So we failed. And that's why I didn't get in this one. This is why I didn't take this trade here. Unfortunately, because if on my broker, it was a little bit different. It gave a buy setup actually on this one. But you can see here, there's a nice order block. Again, it's not really an order block. It's not validated. So again, if you took that, good on you. But for me, that wouldn't have fit my criteria. Then we had a break in structure right here. This was a beautiful breaker block right there. Beautiful breaker block. We dabble, or we break out of it. We dabble in, fill some imbalance. Beautiful. After it does that, comes back down. Where does it come down to? This whole thing is just an order block right here, right? Higher time frame order block. So we tag front, come back up right into that candle right there. And yeah, that was basically it. Came back down, and that was one of the trades that I took again on my personal. It was a good trade. I just didn't, whenever it's Monday, I always have difficult times trading on Monday, like really, really convinced that this is going to be the move or whatever. But as soon as I saw that this was the sell model, I was like, this looks like it's going to be a good one. I just didn't want to trade it with all this imbalance up here. And so, yeah, I was looking at taking it down to here, but I took off my majority of my profit right here. Why? Because if you look on the potentially, yeah, right here, this is gorgeous. You can see if it's going to go long, where's it going to go long from? Well, we have consolidation, sweep, down, up. So this is going to be the inducement, no? For like some order block, some part of the order block in here, this is going to be the inducement. So I just took it out in and around this level here, took out majority of my profits there. And my stop was actually larger though. My stop was just above here, just above that candle. Okay, so there was that. What else did we have today? This one I actually took on, this is the other one I took today right here, where as soon as we started sweeping all this, what happened there? It was 15-minute. Oh, I think I just passed it. But yeah, so we had this, the 15-minute order block that swept. Okay, that swept, and then going down 5-minute, I saw this nice little imbalance right here. 1 second. Yeah, saw this nice little imbalance right here. You can see filled it. And then, so I just went on the 1 minute just to see what was going on. And there was actually a news event that happened. I didn't even realize, but yeah, we took out this high again. So we had even more sweepage going on, right? So we had a sweep there. We had our higher time frame order block intact right there. You can see we had a little price pause right here, a little hidden base right there. And then so once we mitigated that and came back down and broke structure like that, I just said, you know what, I'm just going to take this right here. I saw it stalling right here. And so I just entered manually, just manually executed like that. My stop was just over there for like 7 pips. And then I just targeted this low. Like this was my main target. Like that was just a quick 3.5, 3 and a little bit R. Again, that's fine for a Monday. Like, again, if I took all the trades that, all the trades of the day, if I took them all, this would have been a massive day. You know, I would have, again, if I was up in London, I would have taken this one or the confirmation one. This one was, again, it didn't follow all my rules. So I guess I can't say that one was the best setup to take. However, this one here would have been a really nice one to take on my main accounts. And then, but I didn't, just on my small personal, like the compound account. And then we came back up, mitigated. So this one was a valid one, even though we almost ran through, which is fine. This one, it came back up after breaking and then leaving these, like this one already broke the low. However, once we mitigated here, you can see very, very inefficient sweep break structure. You could have just taken it right like this, right off that, if you didn't want to take it right directly off that one. And then, yeah, there was another little point of imbalance in here, but again, I was off the computer at this point. But that's where price went down there. And it looks like this tomorrow, right now, it's going to go and target the highs here and potentially these highs here and get up into at least this here. Would not be surprised if we get right up into that right there. You can see we actually have a really, really nice swing point right here. And so I believe that, yeah, we have some nice confirmation or confluence there at 14.65. Wouldn't be surprised to see that high get rated. That's also the previous day high, right? Nice. So daily high, and then we'll see if it can get up into this imbalance. And ultimately, I'm not too sure, to be honest, at this point, if this is going to go make a higher high first and get a deeper sweep above this level and then go down, or if that was enough, to push price down into this void. And if it is, then what I'm anticipating is a sell setup from the day just above the daily high here. I'm anticipating a sell setup from here to come back down to take out these lows. Okay, so because I like this, because we got a 1, 2, and 3 run, we break structure right here. Now we make this strong low, weak high. Once this weak high gets taken out, then we have a consolidation, sweep up, strong high, weak low, and now they're equal lows. So it does look like the next move is going to be down. I just don't know if it's going to be breaking up first, and then this is all that this kind of like continuation pattern, tag the people with their buy stops above here first and then go. So we'll see how it develops, right? We have to wait for our signals, but once that happens, we'll just we'll just adapt and keep it going. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's review, guys. I hope that was good. Again, the guy that made this indicator, we're just going to work out. I think we're going to work out a few more things. of what we want to do, what else we want to include in it. And then I'll start leaving his name and how to buy it in the links and stuff. And so you can buy it directly from him. Obviously, if you want to support him, he's a really great guy. And if he can help with building this and making your trading a little bit more efficient, I mean, it's definitely worth the investment, in my opinion. So obviously want to help out the community and help people grow as well. So anyways, guys, I hope you got something out of this one. I will chat to you guys later. Cheers. Have a great day.